For decades, it's ruled the roads quietly. But now, the Civic has returned, and it's louder, smarter, and bolder than ever. The 2026 Honda Civic isn't just a car. It's a statement. Sleek design, hybrid power, and tech that redefines driving. This is the rebirth of a legend. You know, every time a new Honda Civic shows up, it's kind of a big deal. It's like running into an old friend who's somehow completely reinvented themselves. Sharper suit, new energy, still totally themselves, just better. And that's exactly how the 2026 Honda Civic feels right now. It's familiar enough to remind you why the Civic has been a favorite for decades, yet fresh enough to feel like it belongs to the next era of driving. From the moment I saw the first photos, I knew this wasn't just a small update. Honda didn't just tweak the headlights and call it a day. They reshaped this car with a sense of purpose, like they wanted to send a message. The Civic is still here to lead the compact car game, and it's not backing down. There's something really exciting about seeing a brand take a classic nameplate and actually push it forward, not just playing it safe, not just doing the bare minimum. The 2026 Civic feels like Honda taking everything they've learned from years of success and deciding to raise the bar again. So, let's take a ride around this thing. From the outside in, let's see what's new, what's surprising, and what might just make this the most complete Civic yet. The very first thing you notice about the 2026 Civic is how sharp and athletic it looks. It's still instantly recognizable as a Civic, but the lines are tighter now, more sculpted, like they were carved by the wind. The front end is lower, with these sleek, razor-thin LED headlights that seem to stretch right into the fenders. They give the car this focused, confident look, like it's ready to pounce. The grille has been completely reworked, now with a clean mesh pattern that gives it a more premium vibe. It's bold without being aggressive. Honda has always been good at balance, never trying too hard, never looking over-designed, and the 2026 model is the perfect example of that. Swing around the side, and you really see the difference. The profile is longer, a bit more coupe-like, with a crisp character line that runs from the headlights all the way to the taillights. It looks planted, stable, and surprisingly sporty. The wheels are pushed out wider too, filling the arches just right and giving the car a more athletic stance. And here's a fun twist. For 2026, Honda is adding a hybrid powertrain option right in the core Civic lineup. Not just a fuel saver, but one that brings a little extra punch off the line. Early drive suggests it feels smooth, quick, and responsive, especially in city traffic where that instant electric torque makes everyday driving way more fun. It's not just about fuel economy anymore. This hybrid Civic wants to be lively. There's also talk of a slightly more adventurous trim, something with a bit of extra ride height, protective cladding around the wheel arches, and selectable traction modes for light snow or gravel roads. It's like Honda giving the Civic just enough rugged spirit to make weekend getaways a little more exciting, without turning it into a full-on SUV. Honestly, standing there looking at it from a front three-quarter angle, you can tell Honda's designers had fun this time. It's confident, clean, and just futuristic enough to turn heads. Move around to the back, and you notice how the design comes together. The rear end is wider, squatter, with these new wraparound taillights that stretch almost the entire width of the car. It gives the Civic this planted, road-hugging stance. Even parked, it looks like it's gripping the asphalt. There's a subtle spoiler lip integrated into the trunk lid, and a smooth, uncluttered bumper that ties it all together. No fake vents, no unnecessary chrome, just a clean, modern look that makes the whole car feel more upscale. But of course, looks are only part of the story. The real magic happens when you drive it. Honda has always had this knack for making cars that just feel right, and the 2026 Civic carries that tradition proudly. The steering is light and easy in tight city streets, then firms up beautifully as your speed climbs. It feels connected, precise, but never twitchy. The suspension has been tuned to soak up bumps, while still giving you that satisfying sense of control through corners. It's one of those cars that turns even a boring commute into something you actually enjoy. And that's something not many cars in this class can pull off. The hybrid system makes it even better. You get that silent electric glide when you're just cruising through parking lots or creeping in traffic. Then smooth handoffs to the gas engine when you need more power. It's seamless, refined, and it makes stop-and-go driving way less stressful. And speaking of stress, Honda has loaded this thing with upgraded safety tech. The adaptive cruise control is smoother now. The lane-keeping system feels more natural, almost like a quiet co-pilot gently keeping you centered, and the forward collision prevention is sharper and quicker to react. On long highway drives, this makes a huge difference. You just settle in, relax a bit, and let the car help with the tedious stuff while you enjoy the ride. It's still a Civic, light, agile, approachable, but with this new layer of calm confidence that makes it feel like a much more expensive car. Open the door and step inside, and you instantly get why this new Civic feels like such a leap forward. The interior has gone from nice for price to genuinely refined and modern. The dashboard is low and wide, giving you a clear, open view of the road. Everything is placed exactly where you want it. And there's this beautiful horizontal trim piece running across the dash with a hidden air vent design that keeps the cabin feeling super clean. Materials have taken a big step up. Soft touch panels, neat stitching on the seats, and a calm, uncluttered layout that just makes you want to sit and drive for hours. The seats themselves are new, reshaped for better long drive comfort. They hug you gently without feeling tight, and there's more adjustment than before. Whether you're tall, short, or somewhere in between, it's easy to get comfortable in here. Space is generous too. The back seats have plenty of legroom for adults, and the trunk is wide, flat, and super practical. Just what you want in a daily driver. Tech-wise, the Civic has jumped ahead. There's a sharp new digital gauge cluster behind the steering wheel and a bigger, faster center touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It wakes up instantly, responds quickly, and just works. No fuss, no lag. There's even a built-in voice assistant now that actually understands natural speech. So you can just say, "I'm cold," and it'll bump up the temperature, or "Take me to the nearest coffee shop," and it'll pull up directions. It feels like the Civic has finally joined the modern era of smart cars. And then there's a sound system, which has quietly become one of the surprises of this car. It's rich, clear, and just makes music sound better. Perfect for long road trips or just blasting your favorite playlist on a late-night drive. Now, let's talk about pricing, because this is where things get really interesting. Honda is expected to keep the base trims in the low to mid $20,000 range, while the new hybrid versions will likely land in the upper $20,000s. Even the fully loaded top trims are expected to stay close to the low $30,000s. That means you're getting futuristic design, smooth hybrid power, premium level interior quality, and modern tech without jumping anywhere near luxury car prices. And honestly, that's what makes the Civic special. It's always been a car that gives you way more than you pay for, and this 2026 model feels like the ultimate version of that promise. When you compare to past Civics, it's clear how far it's come. The older ones were great at being reliable and practical, but this one adds excitement, polish, and personality. It's still humble, but it doesn't feel humble anymore. It feels like Honda has taken everything we've always loved about the Civic, reliability, efficiency, everyday usability, and finally wrapped it in something stylish, fun, and future-ready. So yeah, if you've ever loved the Civic, or if you've been waiting for the right time to jump in, this might just be the one that wins you over. And there it is, the all-new 2026 Honda Civic. A car that proves you don't need to be flashy to be unforgettable, just smart, stylish, and ready for whatever the road throws your way. It's more refined, more connected, and more fun than ever, while still staying true to that everyday, dependable spirit we've always loved. So, what do you think? Has Honda just built the best Civic yet? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look at the future of the Civic, hit that like button, subscribe for more car stories, and I'll see you in the next drive.